What's up guys, Juan here, back here with another video. In today's video, we are doing some more Sonic content, as we are going to be ranking every Sonic game ever. This is going to take a while. As a massive Mario and Sonic fan, I think this is the perfect time for me to go through Sonic the Hedgehog's history and its series, and rank every single game. We're also going to be going through these games in chronological order, so that way I can explain my thought process of every single game. So without further ado, let's get right into it, because we got a lot to talk about. We're already starting off with a game I have as a top 5 Sonic game. This game is fucking great. I love a lot of zones in this game, with Green Hill Zone, Spring Yard Zone, and Starlight Zone being some of my favorite in the classic Sonic era. Sonic lives in South Island. When he realizes his animal friends are being captured by the evil Dr. Robotnik, he embarks on a quest to save them. A very simple story, but it works for its first game. A lot of what this game has to offer and does fantastically well is its level design and good controls. Green Hill Zone, in my opinion, still being the best starting level ever in a Sonic game. The special stages are cool, but I will admit getting the Chaos Emeralds in this game feel very pointless. There's not even 7 Chaos Emeralds in this game, it's just 6. In order to get the good ending in this game, you have to get all the 6 Chaos Emeralds, but it doesn't do much. Sonic just brings the 6 Chaos Emeralds out, and nothing happens. This game is great. Played this a lot when I was a kid and I still love it to this day. For their first project in the Sonic series, this is fantastic work, and have I even mentioned how good the soundtrack is? For their first game, this is a fantastic soundtrack. It fits every zone in its setting, and it's just a great soundtrack in general, which will become a trend in the Sonic series for how great their music is. This game is phenomenal. Expect this game to be high on the list. This game is okay at best. It's the same story and has 3 of the same zones from the Sega Genesis version. It also has the same amount of Chaos Emeralds, which again just make them feel pointless. But this game does have a map of South Island, so you can see how the whole island looks. Green Hill Zone is still fantastic. Bridge Zone and Jungle Zone are cool. These zones for the most part are good, with Green Hill Zone still being fantastic. While this game isn't on the same level as Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis, it still gets the job done. This game will be high on the list though. Sonic Eraser is a Japanese-only puzzle game. It sucks. It's not doing anything for the Sonic series, let alone it's just not doing much as a game. It's also a slog to get through at times. I get it, puzzle games were having huge success at the time, but why was this even a thing? To be honest, this game is just there. It's a puzzle game where you pick if you want to play against a computer player or another player. That's it, that's literally the game. There's not even levels to it, and also, like, these matches take way too long to finish. It sucks, it's gonna be at the bottom of my list. Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car is a game where Sonic is a rogue cop who's trying to take down Dr. Eggman, who is a common thief. This game is a children's arcade machine. It's mediocre and really not that good, and you can beat it in less than 3 minutes. But it's mediocre at best. I'll let it slide, but it's not something to be too high on. Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car is just mediocre. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear is fucking horrible. Sonic returns to South Island to see that Dr. Robotnik has once again invaded, but this time takes Sonic's closest friend Tails as a bargaining chip so that way Dr. Robotnik can make Sonic collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds. Again, having only 6 Chaos Emeralds is pointless. The zones in this game are different from the Sega Genesis version of this game, and most of the zones in the Game Gear version suck. The levels are hard as shit, and even the boss battles are ridiculously hard. You'll literally get stuck in the first boss in this game. The first boss in this game is literally the hardest boss. Also, I love how they show Tails in every single picture for each level, but he isn't even a playable character. It's like, the fuck is Tails even doing there? I thought he got captured. The one thing this game has going for it is the character Miles Tails Per Hour, who is Sonic's closest friend to help Sonic out through his journeys. That's really the only thing this game has going for it. This game sucks. It's gonna be at the bottom of the list. This game is fucking fantastic. Sonic and Tails go to West Side Island. Dr. Robotnik follows them and gets a reading that all the 6 Chaos Emeralds are now located on this island, including the 7th Chaos Emerald spoken of in the island's legend. He then makes the Death Egg and now goes after the 7 Chaos Emeralds. It's up to Sonic and Tails to get the Chaos Emeralds before Dr. Robotnik and stop the Death Egg. I love the zones in this game. Emerald Hill Zone is a fantastic starting zone. Chemical Plant Zone is fantastic. Aquatic Ruin Zone is my favorite zone in the game. It's so great to just get through and play all these zones, and then eventually play them again, because this game has insane amount of replayability on it. They're all just fucking fantastic. The controls in this game are spot on as well, making it feel very smooth to play. They introduced the spin dash, which is a thing to stay for the entire series, and I adore the spin dash in this game. Also, this game is the first one to have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. They're very useful, as this is the first game where if you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you get Supersonic, which is phenomenal. I love the special stages in this game as well, where you have to collect a certain amount of rings in order to advance until you get to the Chaos Emerald, which for me are the greatest special stages in the entire series. Also, this game is basically supposed to be the introduction to Tails. Yeah, that's right, this game is supposed to be the introduction to Tails, as even in the manual for this game it said Tails didn't meet Sonic not that long after these events took place. They're close friends as we know, and it's cool to see their connection and relationship throughout the entire series. You can also choose if you want to play as Sonic and Tails, just Sonic, or just Tails, which I think is a cool concept that this game had. The Death Egg in this game is so cool too, and you meet Silver Sonic in this game, who is a very interesting boss fight. Then you get to the final boss in Dr. Robotnik and the Death Egg, which is obviously the hardest boss in the game. I fucking love this final boss, it's great. There's also multiple different endings in this game, which is cool. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis is fantastic. This game is definitely going to be high on the list. For an arcade game at the time, this is impressive as fuck. Sonic tries to take down Dr. Robotnik. A very simple story, but the game is unique and the controls are very interesting where you move Sonic around with a trackball. 2 new characters are also introduced in this game, and Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. 2 characters who haven't been in many of the games but are still great, and I honestly want them back for more of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. This game has interesting and unique zones and also is a bit different than most of the Sonic games that we just talked about, so this is a game that I definitely recommend you try out. This was a very interesting concept that worked well for an arcade game. This game is pretty good. Sonic's first game to feature time travel and a very interesting story with it. A mysterious planet appears over Never Lake for approximately 1 month every year. Dr. Robotnik notices that there are time displacement qualities in this planet, so he attaches some chains on it to a mountain and an artificial metallic sphere which looks similar to the Death Egg and sets robot generators which brings badniks out of the planet's miracle seeds. Sonic goes on a time travel journey to help make a good future on the planet by stopping Dr. Robotnik's new creation, Metal Sonic, and the robot generators. This game doesn't have Chaos Emeralds. Instead, it has 7 Time Stones, which are actually very cool and help along the ways to help you give the good ending and much more. The special stages are cool also. 2 new characters are also introduced in this game, Metal Sonic and Amy Rose. Metal Sonic is Dr. Robotnik's new creation as he tries to make a replica of Sonic to go up against Sonic. Amy Rose is a character who loves Sonic for being a good guy and a hero as he tries to save the planet. This game also has 2 fantastic soundtracks, in the English soundtrack and the Japanese soundtrack. Sonic Boom from the English soundtrack being one of my favorites from the series. This game does have very easy levels, only 1 zone in this entire game is bottomless pits, making it a very easy game, but the game is still pretty good. Sega must have really loved making Sonic arcade games. Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop is a Japanese-only arcade game where Sonic and Tails try to make popcorn while Dr. Eggman tries to stop them while doing so. There's only one thing you're doing in this game, which is trying to help Sonic get away from Dr. Eggman while trying to get to the other side of the conveyor belt. This game literally takes a minute to complete. No, like, literally it takes a minute to complete this game. Good thing is, you get rewarded with popcorn. A very simple and easy game, but at least you get a good thing out of it, so this game would be great if you want food. One of the worst in the series. Dr. Robotnik managed to get the Red Chaos Emerald, causing a chain reaction to South Island. Sonic and Tails must get the emeralds before the island gets destroyed. Cool story, but the game still sucks. Most of these zone acts take like 30 seconds to complete, which isn't a lot. So this game is very easy, and not a lot is going on to be honest in this game. Feels like Sega is having a hard time making balanced difficulties in these Game Gear games. This game felt like it was just made just to have another Game Gear title for the system. It feels slippery at times and even the levels are easy as shit. 30 seconds for levels isn't a lot for the level design. The one good thing this game does is that you can control Tails' flight for the first time in the series, which is cool. This game is just really horrible. A much better puzzle game than Sonic Eraser. Has-Been is on a mission to rescue the civilians who have been kidnapped and defeat Dr. Robotnik. This game has a unique story for a puzzle game. Dr. Robotnik's design in this game is actually his design from the cartoon The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. There's multiple levels in this game, which is fantastic. However, the final level in this game is a pain to get through. You literally have to be a puzzle master to get through this one. This game is cool, and is an improvement from Sonic Eraser. Sonic is trying to stop Dr. Robotnik after he takes control of Mount Mobius. This game is definitely for pinball masters. These levels are very cool and there's not that many of them too. The way how you get Chaos Emeralds in this game is interesting as well. There's even bonus levels which have references to the Sonic cartoons and the Archie comics. Hey Sonic, how you doing? The one thing that's holding this game back, to be honest, is the final boss. That shit fucking sucks. There's only 4 levels in this game, so if you're a pinball master, this game could take you less than 10 minutes to complete. Not that much to say. This game is fine. Another Sonic arcade game. Sonic and Tails are galactic officers who are trying to take down the space scoundrel Dr. Eggman. This game is basically a standard shooter with really just basic arcade space shooter controls. This game is probably one of the worst from the Sega Sonic games. It's just mediocre and feels like Waku Waku's Sonic Patrol Car but in space. It's just a mediocre game, that's really it. This game is fucking great. After the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the Death Egg crash landed on an island called Adriel Island. Dr. Robotnik tries to repair the Death Egg while tricking Knuckles the Echidna, the person who guards the Master Emerald on the island, into thinking that Sonic and Tails are coming this way and are his enemies. The story is very unique and is very deep. Originally, these games were supposed to be one game, but it was too much for the console to handle and they had to release them separately. But for this ranking, since there technically is supposed to be one game, we're gonna combine them. This game was also the first to have save files, so if you lose all your lives, you'll be fine. I love the interactions in this game between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The zones in this game are cool, especially the first two, an Angel Island zone and Hydra City zone. Sonic also has a new model in this game, which looks really cool. A lot of what this game offers is sweet and it's fucking incredible. There's also some new stuff in this game, a bubble shield, a fire shield, and an electric shield. The bubble shield helps you stay underwater and gives you more of a bounce. The fire shield is more of an attack and you can get through the fire hazard areas. The electric shield gives you a double jump basically. These shields are cool and add an interesting new concept to the series that I wish we saw more. Another thing that is new in this game are the Super Emeralds. If you get all the Super Emeralds, you get Hypersonic, which is essentially Supersonic but with the shield items. Also, Tails can actually become Super Tails with the Super Emeralds, which is cool. You can also play as Knuckles in this game, which is a very different storyline as basically his story is taking place after all of the events in this game. He goes through the same zones in the same order, but his story is different because it takes place after Sonic and Tails take down Dr. Robotnik in this game. Knuckles can also be Super Knuckles with the Chaos Emeralds and Hyper Knuckles with the Super Emeralds, and we rarely see Knuckles in these forms, so it's cool to see him have them in this game. This game's special stages are really cool. You basically have to pass through every blue sphere in order to get the Chaos Emerald or Super Emerald. A very easy way, in my opinion, to get the emeralds. Still a very fascinating special stage and a top 3 special stage at that. This game is great. It's offering a lot and it's a great introduction to the character of Knuckles. Sonic Drift is a racing game where 4 characters from the Sonic series, being Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Dr. Eggman, race each other in cars. This game doesn't have a story, but it is just a racing game. However, this game is so easy to win. You can literally beat the other characters so easily, and it's a bit of a slog because of that. It's just not doing much for me, and the other racing games after this are much better. It's just a bad game in my opinion, that's just not doing much. Also, the courses are just so easy to go through, and nothing much is happening in these. This game sucks. Wacky Worlds Creativity Studio is a game that is just like Mario Paint, where you put stuff together in a setting and create it the way you want to. It also is the first game that Sonic is with other Sega characters like ToeJam and Earl. A very cool concept for the game. I actually really like what they give you, and it makes it all the better, as you can make what you want in that specific setting. This is a very cool game. Tails in the Music Maker is an education title for kids so they can learn how to make music. This game is okay. I mean, the reason why it would be higher than other games is because you can learn something from it. You can also create your own music. So if you learn something from this game in terms of music, why not make your own music after you learn? This game's alright. Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World is a game where Dr. Robotnik constructs an amusement center. Chaos Emeralds are on every floor of the building, so Sonic, Tails, and Amy set out to find them by clearing minigames. Another game that's alright. You can spend time on this game and have a good time, but it's more of a game where you just play minigames and just try to complete them. It's alright. So much better than Sonic Chaos. The Chaos Emeralds have scattered again, and it's up to Sonic and Tails to get them back. Along the way, they will be stopped by Knuckles. There is also a new character in this game called Fang the Sniper, and I wish he was in more of the Sonic games. Fang thinks the Chaos Emeralds are just simple jewels and wants to get them for his own reasons. Every special stage you have in this game, you have an encounter with Fang, and the interactions you have with him are fucking great. There's even some zones I love in this game, like Great Turquoise Zone, Sunset Park Zone, and Atomic Destroyer Zone. These controls also feel more polished than Sonic Chaos. This game is a sequel to Sonic Chaos, and let me tell you, it is way better than Sonic Chaos. This game is the best from the Game Gear Sonic games. It's just really good. Literally the exact same game as the first one, with only a few differences. There's 3 new characters to use, and Knuckles the Echidna, Fang the Sniper, and Metal Sonic. Now there are a lot more courses in this game, but most of these courses are still making it easy to win. Like this game, just like the first, is literally making it easy to win. You can get ahead of the other racers so easily. It's literally gonna only rank above Sonic Drift because it has more to offer. Again, this game also sucks. Knuckles' Chaotix takes place on a carnival-themed island that Dr. Robotnik has as an Tragic High Zone. The Chaotix who I fucking love are introduced as characters in this game. The Chaotix in this game are Victor the Crocodile, Espio the Chameleon, and Charmy the Bee. Also in this game brings the return of Mighty the Armadillo. This game also has a combo-style gameplay with tethering 2 characters together, so you'll always be playing with 2 characters. This is the only Sonic game to come out on the Sega 32X. This game has some unique zones to go through, however I will admit the new style of gameplay in this game was a cool concept, but one that was a bit flawed, with some of the mechanics feeling a bit clunky at times. This game is pretty good. It brings us some great new characters, while also bringing back 2 characters that people loved in Knuckles and Mighty. While a cool concept was shown, it is a concept that was flawed, but the game is still pretty good, so I would say give it a try. While flying in his plane, Tails sees a solitary island that he believes is a new base for Dr. Eggman. When he checks it out, he realizes that it belongs to Witch Cart. In this game, Tails propels them into action, wanting to become the hero. This is Tails' first game where he is the main focus. However, this game is not that good. In fact, it's mostly mediocre. The game is all within Tails' flight, however, it just feels like such a slog because of it. It's one of the games to me that feels like a slog the most. Out of all the Sonic games, this is the one of them that I look at as a game that also has a cool concept, but it was severely flawed. Another Tails main focused game. Tails' house, Coco Island, gets invaded by the Battle Barrel Armada in search of the 6 Chaos Emeralds. This game is a prequel to most of the games in the Sonic series, as when this game was taking place, Tails didn't meet Sonic yet. This game also has some massive history within the Sonic series, as in the manual it says the Chaos Emeralds have been resting on the island since ancient times, meaning that the events of this game were also probably happening before Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. The gameplay is very unique, but the game, just like Tails' Sky Patrol, feels like a slog for the most part. It's cool that the game is a prequel to all of the Sonic games and we know more about Tails before he met Sonic, but this game still isn't really doing too much and it feels more of a slog to get through multiple times. Top 3 worst Sonic game of all time. What a disaster. Sonic's abilities have been taken from him and must go through several labyrinths while trying to find keys to the exit in order to get his abilities back. Like why? Why was this even a thing? This game's pacing is so fucking flawed. I can't tell you a game that is more flawed with its pacing than this one. It is also as crazy that you have to constantly rely on the spin dash at times. It's a fucking relief once you get his abilities back because man, this game makes you feel like it'll take you some time just to finish it. This game is so horrible. I adore this game. Dr. Robotnik has created the Death Egg 2, and the only way to get there is with Tails' Lunar Fox, so the heroes hold a tournament to see who's worthy of going to space in order to take down Dr. Robotnik's plans. This game is the gameplay style of the Virtua Fighter series, and it works so well with these characters. There's also 2 new characters, Bark the Polar Bear and Bean the Dynamite. When you complete a stage, you get a Chaos Emerald. There's the 7 Chaos Emeralds and also the Master Emerald. These fights are so great to get through. I love all these fights that happen. The last 2 fights are interesting. Metal Sonic makes a return and he's easily the hardest fighter in this game. After him, you have to beat Dr. Robotnik in 30 seconds. Makes for quite the challenge. This game is such a great fighting game, and I definitely recommend it if you haven't played it already. This game holds a special place in my heart, and I'll always defend this game. Dr. Robotnik captures Flickies and makes them into robots, so that way he can find the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic goes on a journey to save all the Flickies, and also with the help of Tails and Knuckles get the Chaos Emeralds. This game fucking rocks. I love the gameplay, the soundtrack, and the zones that are in this game. Green Grove Zone and Volcano Valley Zone being some underappreciated zones in the Sonic series. I also love the importance of the Flickies in this game. When you actually freed them has some importance because in order to complete a section or complete the stage, you need to get all the Flickies in the area, making it feel like they are important. Special stages are really cool in this game also, and actually depending on what version of this game you play, you can get a different style of the special stages, which I think are so dope. It's also cool how you need to give Tails and Knuckles 50 rings in order to go to the special stage, but you don't need to give it to them all at once. You can go back to the stage and get more rings and then go back to them and give them more until you reach 50, which I think is perfect. This game is great. This is the only game in the series where Knuckles is playable in the Game Gear games. This is also the last Game Gear game. Sonic and Knuckles join together to go to the mysterious floating platform that appeared near South Island and go to investigate while trying to stop Dr. Robotnik and get the Chaos Emeralds back. This game is absolutely terrible. It's not trying to do too much, and for me, it just sucks in every aspect as a fucking game. However, I do like to see Sonic and Knuckles work together here to stop Dr. Robotnik, and I always love the connection and relationship between Sonic and Knuckles since they are rivals, but they're also close friends. Still though, this game is absolutely terrible. Sonic Schoolhouse is an education title that helps very young kids learn school stuff. It's a game to help kids with different sorts of things with school. It's just a game for your very young kids, and it's to help educate kids, so it's pretty cool because you get something out of it. The final game in the classic Sonic era. Sonic joins the World Grand Prix in a race for the 7 Chaos Emeralds. I adored this game. The courses are great, and while the controls are very slippery at times, this game is still great to play. This game is also the characters racing on foot, which is the coolest concept, but the only characters using vehicles are Amy and Dr. Robotnik. This game also has some cool stuff you can unlock, like other characters to use or new courses. There's also 2 new characters that are introduced in this game, in Tails Doll and Metal Knuckles. Oh boy. Tails Doll. Sonic R is a cool experiment that I feel like it worked. Also, yes, you can unlock Super Sonic in this game. Neat. Try this game out if you haven't already. It's fucking sweet. Sonic's full transition to 3D. Sonic Adventure is a very different game than most of the games that we've talked about. For instance, there's voice acting in this game. Sonic is voiced by Ryan Drummond, a fantastic Sonic voice actor in my opinion. He really fits the character's swagger and style a lot. This is also the first game, at least in America, where Dr. Robotnik had his name changed to Dr. Eggman. Dr. Eggman found some interesting ancient manuscripts about a very powerful beast named Chaos, and plans to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds to turn Chaos into his ultimate form. It's up to Sonic and friends to stop Dr. Eggman and Chaos. Great story to start off the transition to 3D. It feels like a great concept that was honestly executed well. This game has a lot of different gameplay styles, with 6 different gameplay styles to try out. Because of this, there's also 6 different storylines that all cross with each other at some point. Sonic's story is him trying to stop Dr. Eggman and Chaos. Tails' story is him being Sonic's sidekick, but then at the end of his story, he tries to become the Hero Station Square after Dr. Eggman launches a missile attack. Knuckles' story is about how Angel Island fell to the ocean after the Master Emerald shatters, so he goes to collect the pieces. Amy's story is about her trying to bring a bird family back together after they got separated from each other. Two new characters named Big the Cat and E102 Gamma are introduced in this game. Big's story is about his close friend named Froggy, who he tries to save after being possessed by chaos. Gamma's story is about him being one of Eggman's robots, who realizes who Dr. Eggman truly is and tries to save the other robots in order to escape from him. This game is phenomenal. The soundtrack in this game is fantastic. Also, the last story is great. Last story is about how Chaos has managed to get all the 7 Chaos Emeralds. He then brutally attacks Station Square, and it's up to Sonic to save Station Square by using all the 7 Chaos Emeralds to beat Super Sonic, which the music playing in the background during the final boss battle is fucking great. Also, some new locations were introduced in this game. Station Square is a city where humans are and where our characters usually go. Mystic Ruins is a massive landscape and is where Tails' workshop, including where Angel Island fell. Then there's the Egg Carrier, which is Dr. Eggman's ship in this game. Another thing about how great this game is its past events about Chaos and about the Echidna tribe. You'll learn more about it during Knuckles' story. Tikal the Echidna becomes a major factor within this game. He's the character who wants peace and set things free, and wants to help Chaos however she can. However, the Echidna tribe feels that they need to go to war. Tikal tries their hardest to stop them from trying to take the emeralds, but they end up running through and killing the Chao in the process. Fuck, what did the Chao do? Once they get up there to where the emeralds are, Chaos emerges as a beast. Sonic during the last story realizes who Chaos is, and during the last story talks to Tikal about Chaos. Knuckles has more to the backstory though, as he is an Echidna himself, so it makes sense why we see more into the past with Knuckles, despite Sonic seeing more of the important stuff. This game is great. It does everything for a Sonic game. Also, these stages were great. Emerald Coast, Windy Valley, Speed Highway, and Lost World being some masterpieces of stages. This game does everything so well. Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure is an okay game. Most of what this game has to offer is mostly inspired from the classic Sega Genesis games, a lot of it being inspired from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. This game does have the modern Sonic sprite, however, and while it does have similarities to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it still does have differences. This is a game that's pretty easy to finish. It's a game that you can beat in less than an hour. This game came out on a handheld console called Neo Geo Pocket Color, and it was cool to see some of the inspiration from the classics, but it's not in the same level as Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic Shuffle is great. Sonic and his friends have been brought to Imaginary Land where they need to help Llama to get the Precious Stone back. This is a party game that actually gives you a deck of cards and you have to pick one to determine how many spaces you'll go in that turn. You can also choose what direction you want to go in. The greatest thing this game has to offer is easily the minigames. They're fucking so awesome to play. You can choose between Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy as who you want to play as. Also, the same cast of voice actors from Sonic Adventure are also in this game, with Ryan Drummond as Sonic again, in my opinion, doing his best performance here. One major issue a lot of people have with this game is that you have to exactly land on the Precious Stone space on the board. You can't go over it. Which in my opinion, yes, it could be an issue, but not really. It really depends on how you use your cards, and you have to use your cards correctly. Sort of like if you're playing a game with massive strategy. This game, as with most party games, is great to play with their friends. Sonic Shuffle is a great game that I feel like should have been expanded upon. It should have gotten a sequel. This game is what you call a Sonic masterpiece. Dr. Eggman is looking out for his Grandpa Gerald Robotic's secret military weapon, only to find out that it's another hedgehog who goes by the name of Shadow. He then teams up with him and also new character Rouge to try to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds to power up the Eclipse Cannon. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles also team up in order to stop Dr. Eggman from his evil deeds. This game easily has the best story ever in a Sonic game. It also has one of the greatest starting levels in the game in City Escape. What a fantastic stage. Speaking of stages, this game basically has great stages throughout, not one misses. Wild Canyon, Metal Harbor, Pumpkin Hill, Mission Street, Pyramid Cave, Crazy Gadget, Dry Lagoon, Radical Highway, Lost Colony, Cosmic Wall, and Final Chase all being levels I fucking adore. This game has 3 different gameplay styles: Speed, Mechs, and Treasure Hunting. Sonic and Shadow are the speed stages, Tails and Dr. Eggman are the mech stages, and Knuckles and Rouge are the treasure hunting stages. The gameplay in this game is as smooth as ever. I can go on and on about how much I really appreciate this game for how it controls. After you complete both stories, you also get the last story, which essentially is everyone on Space Colony Arc realizing how much of a threat the Eclipse Cannon is to the Earth. So it's up to everybody to work together and stop the Eclipse Cannon before it becomes a massive threat. Final level fucking rocks. Cannon's Core as a stage is essentially you playing as everyone to try to reach the Eclipse cannon to stop it before it fires again. Also, they have some fantastic character development with Shadow. Shadow in the beginning thinks about Maria and how she always wanted Shadow to do good for the people. However, at first Shadow tries to do as much damage as possible by teaming up with Dr. Eggman and Rouge and trying to get revenge on people after she died. But then after you play Cannon's Core, you get a cutscene of him and Amy together, and Amy telling him to do good for people and saving the planet, which gives him more of the flashback and realizes what Maria meant. So he helps out and tries to defeat the secret weapon Bio-Lizard. After this, Sonic and Shadow then use the Chaos Emeralds to be Super Sonic and Super Shadow and try to defeat Bio-Lizard after it got transported outside of the Space Colony Ark. Which then gives you the final boss in Final Hazard. After you defeat him, Shadow ends up not being able to get back and sacrifices himself for the sake of the world. Great use for a character who only was supposed to be in one game. That's right, Shadow was originally planned to only be in Sonic Adventure 2, but by popular demand from the public was brought back for more games. I still love Shadow as a character to this day and think that he's still great to have in the Sonic series. Also, the voice acting in this game is phenomenal. Ryan Drummond still does great as Sonic. Actually, I really love Connor Bringas as Tails. Scott Dreer was always great as Knuckles. I thought he always fit the character. David Humphrey as Shadow gave us a great and interesting tone to Shadow. And the late Dean Bristow gave us a masterful performance as Dr. Eggman. This game is a masterpiece. A great 2D Sonic game for the Game Boy Advance. It has a story like the classic Sonic games where Sonic is just trying to defeat Dr. Eggman, but this is joined along with his friends Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. You can play as any of them and have unique abilities different from each other. I always found Neo Green Hill Zone to be a cool starting zone. I also thought Ice Mountain Zone was always a cool and interesting zone when playing it. This game's control is also good, and this definitely feels like a classic Sonic game. However, some of the enemy placements are just absurd, especially in Egg Rocket Zone. Also, Egg Rocket Zone is just such a tricky zone if it's your first time going through it. There are 7 Chaos Emeralds in this game, however, you don't unlock Super Sonic. Instead, you get another boss battle, which in my opinion just feels very easy and cheap of a boss fight. This game has some ups and downs, but it's still a good 2D Sonic game. The sequel to Sonic Advance. This game doesn't really feel like a classic Sonic game. It actually is very speed heavy of a 2D game, with once again the characters that you use have different and unique abilities from each other. A new character is introduced in this game in Cream the Rabbit. She's a sweet girl who's trying to save her mom Vanilla after being captured by Dr. Eggman. By the way, the story in this game is basically the same as the first one, except now you have to unlock characters by saving them from Dr. Eggman. The levels in this game, most of them at least later on in the game, are very bottomless pit heavy. However, there are some cool zones like Music Plant Zone, which in my opinion is one of the most creative 2D Sonic zones. This game, at least for me, actually is probably better than the first Sonic Advance. A very cool game. Dr. Eggman captures Sonic's friends and hosts a pinball tournament. Sonic joins the pinball tournament in order to save his friends. The game is a really cool pinball game. It also is an underappreciated Sonic game. The pinball tables you play on are either Sonic related or from other Sega series like Knights, which is really great. Also, they have some Sonic music from other games playing in the background for some of the pinball tables from this game. Sonic Pinball Party is actually a cool experience and you should try it out. Sonic Battle is great. A robot named Gizoid that Sonic gives the nickname Emil is a very powerful sentient weapon that was created by an ancient civilization. Sonic and friends try to humanize him while Shadow and Rouge realize what his true powers are. The story is very well written. There are multiple characters you play with and all have different stories that at some point cross paths with each other. Emil's character development is great. He does eventually lose control through his programming, leading to Sonic and his friends having to destroy him. There's also hub worlds that you explore. This game has a very cool feel to it in terms of gameplay. Also, Shadow does make a return, but the characters see him back for the first time in another game that we'll be talking about later. So this game's events is taking place after another game. It is cool to see the interactions in this game. Sonic Battle is a great fighting game, and in my opinion is the best game to come out on the Game Boy Advance. What a fantastic game. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles work together to stop Dr. Eggman. Shadows, whose official return is in this game, Rouge, and new character Omega also want to stop Dr. Eggman. Amy, Cream, and Big want to find their closest allies. Last but not least, the Chaotix are a detective agency who complete missions. This game has a great story, and it's great to play through this game. This game has 3 different gameplay styles in speed, flight, and power. Speed helps the team go in different areas very fast. Flight helps the team get to other areas with flying. Power helps the team take down enemies. Game's levels are great. I really love the level design within this game. However, I will admit it does feel sort of repetitive, with every team going through the exact same levels with the exact same level design in the exact same order. Like, I feel like this game would have benefited if other teams started and ended with a different level instead of going through it in the same exact order. But this game does everything well. Gameplay, soundtrack, levels, and the characters are all so fucking great in this game. Also, this game's special stages fucking rock. The top 3 special stage in my opinion. It's so fucking great to get the Chaos Emeralds in this game. The boss battles are great too, especially the final boss for every story in the game. It's set up perfectly where all the different gameplay styles are used in a great way for this boss fight. The last story is also great. After you get all the Chaos Emeralds in this game, you get the final story, where each team in a specific order work together to stop Neo Metal Sonic, a transformed version of Metal Sonic. Such a great boss fight. It has the difficulty which makes for a great challenge. Sonic Heroes is so fucking great. The worst from the Sonic Advance games. It's the same characters from Sonic Advance 2 that you get to use. However, this game is a partner system, which is actually cool and I think works actually very well in this game. However, the biggest knock I have for this game is easily the level design. Such terrible level design in this game. It's also absurd because you most likely lose lives over getting crushed by platforms, not even through bottomless pits. Also, this game is insanely bottomless pit heavy. Like, this game would have worked perfectly if it was like Sonic Advance 1, to be honest. Sonic Advance 1 feels more like a classic Sonic game, to be honest. But nope, it just really isn't that good of level design. The gameplay isn't really that different. It's still great, but this game is severely and very flawed. This game is mediocre. Sega Superstars is a game where you play minigames for multiple Sega franchises by using a camera named EyeToy to capture your hand motions. Now let me tell you, I love using things that involve body movement, especially like something just like the Xbox 360 Kinect. These minigames are very difficult to complete. It'll take like all you got just to complete a minigame with all the things you need to get. This game is mediocre. Shadow the Hedgehog is pretty bad. Shadow's trying to find out what happened in his past after his return on Sonic Heroes. Alien creatures then come to Earth and an alien creature named Black Doom tells Shadow that he can tell him about his past unless he gets the 7 Chaos Emeralds. At first, when I actually got my hands on this game, I actually really thought this game was very good. But now, looking back at it, I think this game is just pretty bad. One of the flaws with this game is the terrible level design. It's so basic of level design in my opinion. Also, we have some of the worst level design in the series when it comes to levels like Lost Impact and Doom. Another knock is how slippery this game controls. This game is easily the most slippery of a Sonic game I've ever laid hands on. I will credit this game for though is the gun gameplay, which easily is the best thing about this game. It feels good and you get a good sense of how to use them, and it's actually cool to try out different weapons and stuff, and it's great to play. Also, I love the different story endings, with this game having 10 different endings. However, the one flaw with this is that you have to play the first level at least 10 times. Which I mean, Westopolis isn't that great of a starting level. Forgot to mention this, but also there's new voice acting in this game. It's the 4Kids cast who did Sonic X, the anime, and Jason Griffith is both Sonic and Shadow in this game. This game's last story is Shadow going through one more level named The Last Wave, which is an okay level, and then he goes up against Black Doom in a final boss battle. Boss battle's terrible. Shadow the Hedgehog is just pretty bad. Back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back. fucking love it. Sonic Rush is a handheld 2D game that is heavy on boost. This game is actually so great. New character Blaze the Cat comes from a different dimension, and where her dimension heavily relies on these emeralds, Soul Emeralds, which are similar to the Chaos Emeralds. Dr. Eggman takes them and comes back to Sonic's dimension with Blaze ending up there as well. Blaze's goal is to get the Soul Emeralds, and Sonic will help her. Sonic Rush is so awesome to play, especially with the boost heavy controls. Water Palace, because of this being a fantastic 2D stage. Blaze is a new character, so great. She has the exact same gameplay style in this game, but throughout the series, her as a character is fantastic. Also, the Dr. Eggman from the other dimension comes called Eggman Nega. This game is just great, and the stages fit perfectly with this gameplay style. It's okay. Sonic X is an education title for kids so they can do mathematical problems and solve them. Dr. Eggman has captured Sonic's friends, and it's up to Sonic to defeat Eggman's math robots to get through. This game doesn't really take a while to complete, as it's a very fast game to complete. It came out on a handheld console called Leapster. This game is cool because you learn something from it. I really love the Sonic Riders series. Dr. Eggman hosts a World Grand Prix, with Enterphy being a Chaos Emerald. Dr. Eggman wants the 7 Chaos Emeralds and the key to the Babylon Garden in order to get the treasure from the Babylon Garden. Team Babylon, who are new characters named Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow, and Storm the Albatross, help him to try to stop Sonic. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles join the World Grand Prix to see what Dr. Eggman is scheming. This is a racing game where the racers use extreme gear. It's fucking great to play. At first it's hard, but once you get the hang of the controls, this game is just so fucking great. I love the courses you go through. Metal City, Egg Factory, Red Canyon, and Sand Ruins being great courses. There are 3 different racing types: speed, flight, and power, all of who have different abilities from each other. The story is great, and the new characters in this game are characters that I wish we saw more outside of the Riders games and the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. The last story is great. Sonic and friends have to defeat the Babylon Guardian. The way how the game set up the final boss battle is actually a bit difficult, but it's cool to see them implement a boss fight into a racing game. Sonic Riders is great. The most controversial game in the Sonic series. Oh boy, I bet you all are wondering this game is gonna be in last place, as the worst Sonic game is definitely gonna be low. Well, I find this game to be so bad it's good. I really enjoy playing this game, especially the stages. Wave Ocean is great. Kingdom Valley is an underappreciated level. But then there's levels like Flame Core. Fucking Flame Core. The story is really depending on who you're playing. Sonic's story is easily the messiest, with things just being all over the place. Elise as a character really doesn't have a lot of character development. Literally the only thing that happens to Elise is her getting captured, Sonic saves her, and then it repeats itself. Wow, great character development, guys! Shadow's story is easily the best written, but it still has a few flaws, with Shadow and Rouge being gun agents. Then there's new character Silver, whose story is fine. He's a psychic hedgehog from the future who believes Sonic is the one who ruined his world. How the fuck and why the fuck does he think it's Sonic? Also, like, how does Blaze meet Silver in this game? So much stuff in the story isn't explained, and it sucks because the story, in my opinion, had potential if they just fixed some of the plot holes that this game severely has. Also, all the things surrounding an immortal named Iblis is so fucking stupid. Like, most of it doesn't even make sense. However, Mephiles is a cool villain. Actually, I really loved having him in this game. The gameplay for me is different than what most people usually have. I've never really faced bugs when it came to Sonic 06. The only stage that I even had bugs in was Flame Core. Also, Sonic's homing attack is so bizarre in this game, where after you do his homing attack, he starts falling at a rapid rate. The last story sees Mephiles preparing to merge with Iblis and destroy the world. Mephiles then kills Sonic. Wait, he kills Sonic? What the fuck is with the writing in this game? But Elise and Sonic's friends use the Chaos Emeralds to bring him back to life, and then Elise kisses Sonic. Wouldn't something happen to a human if they kissed a hedgehog? Then Sonic is revived, and now it's Super Sonic, Super Shadow, and Super Silver who take on Solaris, which is Mephiles merged with Iblis. After you defeat Solaris, you get a cutscene of Sonic and Elise next to the Flame of Hope. and Elise puts out the flames, making the beast Solaris never existing, and then time goes back to where the beginning of this game was at, the Festival of the Sun, which basically meant that none of the events happened in this game. I'm sorry, but what was the point of this game? Sonic 06 is so bad it's good. The story has an abundance of flaws, with honestly the only thing really saving this game being the gameplay. This game is going to be low on the list, but won't be as low as most people. I really love the Sonic Rivals series. Dr. Eggman has a very special camera where if he takes pictures of something, it stays stuck in the card. He wants to achieve world domination by snapping any possible thing so that way he can obtain the ultimate card collection. Sonic Rivals is a side-scrolling racing game. It's cool to see the rivalries throughout this game. Also, since the events of Sonic 06 never happened due to Elise putting out the Flame of Hope, Silver, this time from a different future, is introduced in this game. Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, and Silver all have their own stories. I actually really love the level design within this game, it's great. Also, every single character has a special ability that could potentially harm their opponent during the race, which is cool. Sonic Rivals is great. I love motion controls. This game is a storybook game about the Arabian Nights. Sonic has to help a genie named Shara and stop a Razor Jin before he releases his power into Sonic's world. This is played with the Wii Remote sideways. I adore it. I actually really love the level design in this game, it's really good. Sand Oasis, Dinosaur Jungle, Evil Foundry, Pirate Storm, and Night Palace are all cool stages to me. I also love those 7 world rings concept, it's really cool. Also, Jason Griffith gave us one of his best performances as Sonic here, he really does well portraying the character. I always found Razor Jin to be a pretty interesting villain in my opinion. Also, an insane transformation in Darkspine Sonic happens in this game. The final boss battle in this game is great. I really love this a lot, and the music set piece 7 Rings in Hand playing in the background really makes this even more epic. The ending is also fucking great. Sonic is such a badass during this ending. It's fucking so awesome to watch his grant his 3 wishes and then completely finish off Razor Jin's doing. Sonic and the Secret Rings is great. Probably one of the best handheld Sonic games. Sonic and Tails get sucked into a hurricane, which then leads to them finding themselves on a mysterious island. New character named Marine the Raccoon goes with them on their adventure. Sonic Rush Adventure basically has the same gameplay mechanics as Sonic Rush, but in my opinion, I think the sequel is better. I think it expands in a lot of ways. I adore the levels in this game. Plant Kingdom is such a fucking cool stage to start with. Coral Cave and Haunted Ship, in my opinion, are 2 underappreciated levels. I also love that they make you make a trail to go to a specific location and then you actually get to experience riding through the waves to reach the location. This game also has you collecting jewels and medals. Also, Blaze is in this game too, however she doesn't come into the game until midway into the game. Your main enemies are trying to stop pirates. This final boss battle against those pirates are very interesting and it's actually a very cool boss fight for a handheld console. Sonic Rush Adventure was a fantastic sequel that, to be honest, I think is better than the first. Great game as well. Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, and Silver team up with one other character in order to achieve their goal. Sonic teams up with Tails to save Chao. Knuckles teams up with Rouge to find the Master Emerald. Shadow teams up with Metal Sonic to help Dr. Eggman. Finally, Silver teams up with Espio to also look for Chao. All these races, just like the first, are great. Even the battles you have with your rivals are also great. There are 8 playable characters and all of them feel great to use. Sonic Rivals 2 is fantastic. Better than the first. Sonic finds an artifact with a legend known as the Ark of the Cosmos, a certain item that can be able to take matter and use it in order to control gravity. However, Team Babylon also wants this artifact, so both teams go up against each other in order to get the artifact. This game is really awesome. The controls feel great, the gameplay feels simple and good, and even the story is really good as well. Even using the artifact in this game feels great, it feels nice to use. These courses are fucking sweet too, like Megalo Station, Botanical Kingdom, Meteor Tech Premises, Aquatic Capital, Nightside Rush, Tempest Watery, Security Corridor, and Mobius Strip. Mobius Strip especially is just like the first Sonic Riders game where there's even a final boss, and the final boss in this game is great. It really feels like such a nice boss fight, even the music playing in the background really makes this feel great. This game has fantastic gameplay and is better than the first. Great tennis game. Sega Superstars Tennis is a game where Sega characters are going up against each other in a tennis match. The different tennis courts are great. So many of these are references to Sega games that are just so cool to look at. Green Hill Zone is great. Such a cool looking court, and even the background looks nice. Even courts like Korean Mansion, Splash Garden, and Shibuya Downtown are all great courts. Also, every character has a superstar state ability that really gives them a major advantage. This game is really cool, and it's still great that Sega's doing their crossover games. Just want to let you know that after the Sega Superstars Tennis section of this video, I did take a little break because I just had wisdom teeth surgery, so it took a few days off of there, but now I'm good, I'm back, so let's continue on with the video. This game isn't really that good. The story revolves around the Twilight Cage, a realm where a powerful being/races threaten the peace of the world, however they are sealed away by a god named Argus. The game is just mediocre and very all over the place, especially the RPG system. It's just so strange how that works. Also, this story feels like it extends itself way too much. This game as a whole feels like it extends itself way too much because the game is about a 9 to 10 hour game and it feels very dragged out because of it. Also, the gameplay in this game just feels very weird to me, with the controls really making it feel like this is just a basic look around game in order to get to the end. This game isn't that good. Such a fucking fantastic game. Dr. Eggman separates the world into pieces and unleashes a beast named Dark Gaia who has been in slumber for hundreds and hundreds of years. Sonic has to help put the world back together before Dark Gaia wreaks havoc and bring the Chaos Emeralds back to their normal form. This game is a deep and great story, and even Sonic's companion in this game named Chip is a really great character. Their connection and relationship is really great. Also, these stages are just fucking phenomenal, and most of them are masterpieces of stages. The daytime stages have a lot of stages that is the cream of the crop of Sonic stages. I also defend the Werehog. The Werehog is a top tier gimmick the Sonic series has had. I love the concept and the gameplay within the Werehog. The Nintendo Wii/PS2 version has more stages for the Werehog, and I also grew up with this version in the game, and I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather prefer this version over the Xbox 360 and PS3 version. I really adored this game. It was the first Sonic game I've ever played and holds a special place in my heart. Let me just run through some stages for you guys, so that way I can show you guys just how fucking fantastic this game's stages are. Windmill Isle, Rooftop Run, Cool Edge, and Dragon Road daytime stages. Also, Windmill Isle, Rooftop Run, Jungle Joyride, and Arid Sands nighttime stages. All these stages to me are fantastic. The gameplay is fucking phenomenal, and also this game introduced the boost mechanic, which is a fucking great mechanic, and to be honest, this first game with the boost might be the best game with it. The controls so well in this game. Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii and the PS2 is so fucking good. This version of the game is also fucking great. This game is the same story as the other version, however this game also, just like the other version, has some great stages like Windmill Isle, Rooftop Run, Skyscraper Scramper, and Dragon Road daytime stages. Then there's also Windmill Isle, Rooftop Run, Arid Sands, and Dragon Road nighttime stages. Also, this game probably is the hardest stage ever in a Sonic game in Eggman Land, where both Sonic day and nighttime gameplay styles are implemented here in this one single stage. I actually love this final stage because Dr. Eggman has always wanted to make an Eggman Land, and to see him actually make one and also have it to probably the hardest stage ever in the Sonic series is great. I really love the challenge here. Also, I should probably point out the Egg Dragoon, the boss battle that you have before the final boss, which is great in both versions of this game. It's really well done and really fantastic. However, the final boss for the Nintendo Wii and PS2 version, the way better version, is so much better than the Xbox 360 and PS3 version of this boss battle. However, the Supersonic boss battle does redeem it. Sonic Unleashed for the Xbox 360 and PS3 is still good, it still has some nice touches despite me rather playing the Nintendo Wii and PS2 version. Top 3 most underappreciated Sonic game. Sonic has been brought to another storybook as he is in the storybook of King Arthur. Sonic has been summoned by a girl named Merlina. They then go on a journey so that way Sonic can go get a sword named Excalibur, so that way he can take on King Arthur and try to take him down before evil wreaks havoc in the storybook world. This game's gameplay is smooth and works and controls very well. I really adored the sword gameplay, and it's just a great storybook sequel to Sonic and the Secret Rings. Also, Knuckles, Shadow, and Blaze are 3 knights who are part of the Knights of the Round Table. Also, just like Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic has a fantastic transformation from the final boss battle in Excalibur Sonic, and also this final boss battle is so good. Sonic and the Black Knight is just so good, and I definitely recommend you try it out. Best Sonic racing game. Sega characters are racing each other in this action-packed racing game, and let me tell you, this game fucking rocks. I really loved using a lot of these Sega characters, like obviously Sonic, II, Billy Hatcher, Beat, Shadow, and so many other characters I really loved using in this game. They're all just so great to use. Also, everybody has an all-star ability, which you most likely get if you're behind the pack in the race. All these race tracks are cool, with every Sonic the Hedgehog track being based off levels from Sonic Heroes. Also, this is the final game with the 4Kids cast being voice actors for their characters. This is just a simply very cool racing game that you all need to try out. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1, I have some very different opinions about it than most people. For one, I think this game should have just been a standalone mobile game, as this game in my opinion is a very good mobile game. However, we are ranking console games here, and this game is just a mediocre console game. Like, the first zone is actually cool, like Splash Hill Zone I think is great. Sonic also has his homing attack in this game, which I thought was cool that they added that in. Like, this game does have stuff I actually really do enjoy from it. While this game in my opinion should have only been a mobile release, there's still some things I get out of it. Defender of this game. When I was a kid growing up, I played so many games with motion controls and was always a defender of the Xbox 360 Kinect. One of the best games with the Xbox 360 Kinect being Sonic Free Riders. I actually really love the story in this game, where the characters are in a World Grand Prix for a huge cash prize. There are also more multiple playable characters in this game. This game has some new voice actors, and we have Roger Craig Smith as Sonic, who I actually really love as Sonic's voice actor. Mike Pollock is still Dr. Eggman, and that was the right choice because ever since he's been Dr. Eggman, he's been great as him ever since, with him giving us some great performances as Dr. Eggman. This game obviously controls differently as you're using your body movements to get through courses, which I actually really love, as again, I just really love using body movement controls when it comes to video games. Along with Sonic Unleashed, this was also one of the first Sonic games I've ever played, so I also have that with this game. Sonic Colors is fucking phenomenal. Sonic and Tails go to Dr. Eggman's Stellar Amusement Park in space, where he's using these alien creatures called the Wisps to power up the Stellar Amusement Park. Sonic Colors, while in 3D style, most of the game is in 2D sections. The Wisps in this game are a fucking great gimmick, not better than the Werehog, but still a great gimmick. Also, these zones are great. Tropical Resort, Sweet Mountain, Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park, like this game has it all. Also, Sonic still has his boost mechanic in this game. This is an easy game, I will admit, but this game is still great. Like, these zones are mainly the highlight of this game. They're so freaking great to go through, and even the gameplay and the controls are great in this game. Like I mentioned before, the Wisps gimmick in this game is also great. They really work well with the level design and even the gameplay mechanics in this game. They just simply work. Also, I really love these boss battles, they're all great in my opinion. Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii is so great. This version is also great. It's not near the same level as the other version, but this version is still pretty solid. Also, they have some other Sonic characters in this game that are a part of the story, and even this version of the game, there are less acts, which I feel like there should be more, but this version is still good. This game basically has the gameplay style of the Sonic Rush series, and still does well with this game. It's actually really great. Sonic Colors for the Nintendo DS also does well with the boss battles. Like, Sonic Colors for the Nintendo DS will probably be right around where I have Sonic Rush on the list. This game is also fucking fantastic. The story is that it's Sonic's birthday. However, a mysterious beast named Time Eater takes Sonic's friends through time holes, and it's up to Sonic to save his friends while also teaming up with classic Sonic in order to stop both Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Eggman. This game's gameplay is so smooth, I really adore it. Both classic Sonic and modern Sonic's gameplay styles really fit in this game. All these stages are great, not one misses for me to be honest. All of them are really done justice as they all are just great stages, and even the soundtrack have all the soundtracks from the levels from their games remixed, and they're just so fucking great to listen to. Also, the final boss battle I actually really love, to be honest. I actually really love going up against the Time Eater in this game. After you complete 3 different zones from one Sonic area, you have to do at least 3 different challenges in order to get boss gate keys, which then unlock a boss battle. Which, by the way, these boss battles are great. Def Egg Robot, Perfect Chaos, and the Egg Dragoon are all great boss battles who are all also made justice with this game. This was a fantastic game for an anniversary title, and it just works so well. This game is definitely gonna be high on the list. This version is also pretty good. There are a few differences. There's some different levels in this game compared to the Xbox 360 and PS3 version. Even different boss battles and even modern Sonic stages are still in 2D style. At some point in the game you unlock the homing attack with Classic Sonic, which is actually really dope that they give you that with the Classic Sonic. While there are less zones in this version, they are still great, and there's even special stages in this game, which is inspired from Sonic Heroes. While I do prefer the other version, this version of the game is still really good. The first one is better in my opinion. I think basically the same thing, this game should have just been a mobile release because on consoles it's just mediocre. Tails is in this game and that's really cool to have, but there's still some flaws with this game. Like the gameplay for me in this game in my opinion isn't really that great, and also these zones for the most part are just okay. This game isn't better than the first one in my opinion. This game is also a pretty cool racing game. They added some different gameplay styles, like there's still driving, but there's also gliding and going through water in this game. There's also some other characters that have been added to the roster, like Wreck-It Ralph and Danica Patrick. This game's gameplay style is cool. These courses are also really cool. There's a lot this game offers, and there's so many characters to choose from. It is offering a lot, and it is a good sequel to the first one. While I still prefer the first one, this game still does do great things, and it's still a very good sequel to the first one in my opinion. The most underappreciated Sonic game ever. Sonic and Tails find themselves at a mythical floating island called the Lost Hex. Sonic and Tails must take out their new villains in the Deadly Six while also trying to stop Dr. Eggman. I've always wanted a Sonic game based off platforming, and this game does it for me. I really do love the level design in this game. It's very different from most Sonic games in their level design. However, there are a few flaws within this game. One being the Wisps. Now yes, I get it that after the events of Sonic Colors, the Wisps end up scattering all over the world, but the Wisps, I feel like, don't really work in this game. They just like are there just to bring back the gimmick, and to me, the Wisps are a gimmick that should have only been in Sonic Colors, because I feel like they only work in Sonic Colors. Also, this story is just pretty bad. It's really terrible, actually. The gameplay in this game is really good, though. I actually really like it. And to be honest, I know a lot of people have something against the, holding the Y button so that way you can actually run with Sonic and get, some momentum with him. But in my opinion, I actually do like it. I think it adds something very unique and interesting. These boss battles are really cool. I actually really love them, to be honest. This feels like a Mario game, but for Sonic, and I actually really love that we got something like this. Sonic Lost World is pretty good. This version is really terrible. First thing is that Sonic feels so fucking slippery in this game. The Wisps are even worse in this version, and the level design, some levels are good while others are just so fucking bad. This game just has so many issues with it, and it just doesn't compare to the other version at all, actually. It's still insane to me that Sonic is so damn slippery in this version. Not like Shadow the Hedgehog slippery, but it's definitely up there as one of the slippier games. Sonic Lost World in this version is just really bad. Definition of abomination. It sucks that this game didn't come out that great because it had to be cut by some demands from Sega to the company that was working on this game, Big Red Button. I really love the development team Big Red Button who worked on this game, as they have a lot of people who used to work for Naughty Dog, the company that worked on games like The Last of Us and Uncharted. So I did really have high hopes for this game. But a lot of stuff was cut at the last second that ended up making this game a complete disaster. Sonic and friends find themselves discovering an island in which they encounter ancient tombs with Sonic and Tails' carvings on them. They open the door and find a mysterious snake creature named Lyric who they must stop. This game also ended in a cliffhanger, which I feel bad for because they'll never be able to finish it because it's highly not possible that they are working on another Sonic Boom game after making 3. The game was going to be highly exploration, and most of it was being exploration before Sega wanted more speed sections, which obviously makes sense since it is a Sonic game. But this game is just really terrible. The combat system is terrible, the exploration is just fine, and the speed sections are just fine also. Like, this game had potential, but so many things were cut last second that ended up making this game a complete disaster. This game is okay. Sonic and friends have to stop Lyric and save Amy. New character named Styx the Badger and this is in this game, and she's only in the Sonic Boom games. She's a cool character. The gameplay is much better in my opinion, with it being mostly in 2D, which actually works for this game. I must say, this game does a lot of things better than Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. The last Sonic Boom game. It's also okay. Sonic and friends try to fix the weather around them with new fire and ice powers. This is a sequel to Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. Makes sense because of how terrible Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric was. The 2D sections are still cool, and also the new element powers that are implemented in the gameplay are great to use. I really love using them. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is okay. Fucking fantastic. Sonic and friends are trying to stop Dr. Eggman from abusing the powers of the Phantom Ruby, which ends up getting the characters on a time-traveling journey. Just gotta mention just how great Green Hill Zone is in this game. It's fucking phenomenal. It's still done so well here. It's so great. This game has some fantastic gameplay, and you really feel like you're playing a classic Sonic game. It's really remarkable what they've been able to do here. This game is just so good. The special stages are also great in this game. It's just such a callback to the classic Sonic era, and they even bring back Mighty and Ray's add-on that this game had, which is cool. There's also a new move that Sonic has called a Drop Dash in this game, which is just so great to use. It's really just awesome to me. Sonic Mania does so many zones justice. It's insane. Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Flying Battery Zone, Hydro City Zone, and Oil Ocean Zone all being great. Sonic Mania was the perfect callback to the classic Sonic era. Definition of mediocre. Sonic and friends work together in order to stop Infinite, a new villain who is working alongside Dr. Eggman. Joining them brings a new recruit and the return of classic Sonic. This game actually had you making your own character to play his own stages and join along the story, which I actually really loved that this game had. However, as soon as you start playing this game, you realize just how mediocre the level design is in this game. This game to me felt so not worked on. Like, you can tell just by how this game is that it was released with the intent of just being released to have another Sonic game come out in the series. The characters feel so strange. Amy's and Tails' role, it feels like, in this game. Knuckles is a leader of the rebellion that they have going up against Dr. Eggman. Tails is such a pussy in this game, with him being scared to even go up against Chaos Zero. Like, fucking come on, Tails. Like, this game doesn't know what to do with the characters. You can clearly tell. Classic Sonic in this game is just so terrible. Like, what was the point in having him in this game? It just feels like they just shoot him in there last second, honestly. Modern Sonic's gameplay isn't even that great. His stages are literally boost to win. That's all you're gonna do in his stages. You just boost and you'll be done with the stage in like 30 seconds. The character that you create easily has the best gameplay of all three, but it's not something you can go too crazy on. The Wisps are just so terrible in this game. Like, why are they in this game? Like, literally, all you have to do is use Burst, and then that's it. You probably got through half of the level by just constantly spamming Burst for a while. This game is just mediocre, honestly. The final game to talk about. Team Sonic Racing is an okay racing game in my opinion. Sonic and friends join a World Grand Prix to test out highly advanced racing vehicles. The tracks, as you can tell, are based off from other Sonic games. Team Sonic Racing does have different abilities for each character though, depending on what type they are. For instance, there's speed, technique, and power, all having different abilities and techniques from each other. Team Sonic Racing is okay. Well, we finally did it. We've talked about a total of 72 games, so now it's time to rank them. So without further ado, let's rank every Sonic game ever. Sonic Blast, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Chaos, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear, Sonic Eraser, Sonic Drift, Sonic Drift 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06, Sonic Lost World for the Nintendo 3DS, Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car, Sega Sonic Cosmo Fighter, Sega Superstars, Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure, Sonic Forces, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, Sonic Advance 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1, Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood, Tails' Adventure, Tails' Sky Patrol, Sonic X, Tails and the Music Maker, Sonic Schoolhouse, Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World, Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop, Wacky World's Creativity Studio, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Sonic Spinball, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, Sonic Pinball Party, Knuckles' Chaotix, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Game Gear, Sonic Generations for Nintendo 3DS, Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, Sonic CD, Sonic Battle, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Shuffle, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance 2, Sonic Lost World for Nintendo Wii U, Sonic Free Riders, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Rush, Sonic Riders, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Sonic Colors for the Nintendo DS, Sonic R, Sega Superstars Tennis, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic the Fighters, Sonic Mania, Sonic Rivals 2, Sonic Rivals, Sonic Unleashed for the Xbox 360 and PS3, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii, Sonic Generations for the Xbox 360 and PS3, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Heroes, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles for the Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Sega Genesis, Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii and PS2, and Sonic Adventure 2. Holy shit, I actually did it! Phew, well, we made it to the end of the video. Just want to say, if you managed to watch the whole video, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me that you watched through the whole video. It really is just so great to see people watch through a whole hour video that you made. It's really cool. Let me know what you guys thought of the ranking. I think it was pretty accurate through the way I assessed the games, and I think the list is pretty good. This video was inspired by Ellis Mark. He's a YouTuber who did ranking every Simpsons episode ever and ranking every Disney and Pixar movie ever. So yeah, when I saw his videos, I decided I want to do something like that, but for Sonic. I've been working on this video from July 9th, 2021 to August 18th, 2021, so it's been one heck of a ride, but we did it together. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you leave a like down below, drop a comment down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content and videos coming your way. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!